Alright, here's the video review for Kingdom Voyager class CYCLONUS. Now we got Scourge in Studio Series and Hot Rod in Studio Series, and CYCLONUS is here in Kingdom. Is it supposed to go with them? I feel like yes, because otherwise it seems really weird to have him in Kingdom. Although there are rumors that we may be getting a new Galvatron in Kingdom as well. So we'll see how that turns out. Because obviously with Unicron coming, it makes sense. The big HasLab Unicron coming soon, hopefully in the next few months. But yeah, anyway, just to recap some of the points in my Primal video, if you didn't notice it, not my new background, just had to shoot at work because my mother-in-law is visiting and I don't have access to my old review station. Also, new backdrop, still somewhere, hopefully did not sink on that boat, but still not here yet. But one of the Christmas presents that I got this morning, and yes, I'm shooting this on Christmas Day, so Merry Christmas, or Happy Holidays, or Happy New Year, or Hello Future People, depending on when you're watching this. But one of the things I got from my brother and my wife collaborated, and my brother is a lighting technician, and he lights a whole bunch of commercials, and he worked on Lincoln when they were shooting here in town. Anyway, he gave me a bunch of stuff from his workshop to improve my little shooting area. So the backdrop may end up being white again, even though I ordered a cool kind of orangey one that I was wanting to use. And I may still use it, but gave me a lot of equipment to really upgrade my little shooting area from a professional lighting technician. So hopefully in a couple of weeks, I'll get that all set up, and you'll see some new videos from then. Hopefully less than a couple of weeks. But for now, it's Christmas Day. I had to come into work, and I have a quiet few moments where I can shoot some of these video reviews, and I'm doing so because timeliness is important. And also because I'm excited and I like to shoot video reviews. And today, being a slow day, being Christmas Day, not a whole lot going on. Just need to have somebody in the building. So taking advantage of that. But anyway, I need to stop bumping this little desk. Here's CYCLONUS in his purpley jet glory. His gun, you can see, pegs in on top. And as I mentioned on Twitter, if you have old, was that Generations? Was that still part of the classics? The old CYCLONUS that came with his old Target Master can also attach there in vehicle mode and works well in weapon mode, his old nightstick. And no place really underneath to plug it in. Except under a wing, I guess you could put one. If you had two of them, you could put two Target Masters under his wing. But, yeah, no nose cone peg for the Target Master. He does, however, have some currently undeployed landing gear, which I can get out. Flip those out. No, come here. There we go. See if I can't get this one out. There we go. So yeah, he does have some little landing gear to help raise him up off the ground here in vehicle mode. But yeah, a fairly nice looking CYCLONUS. Now these panels right here, all the pictures look like these should sit more flush. And I don't know if I'm just going to have to hit those with a hairdryer or what, because it's not, I can't move the pieces physically any further in here. It's not a mistransformation or some clip I'm missing. It's just, that's where the pieces go. It's just they're not quite curved enough to sit all the way against it. It doesn't look bad. It looks like you maybe have some intakes there, but it does look like it should sit a little closer in, and I have not yet found a way to do that because the pieces down here at the lower half are buttoned right into the thighs here. But yeah, other than that, we have a pretty sleek little jet. To turn him into a robot, we'll go ahead and flip up the landing gear here. And we start with the arms and peg them back here from the side of the back end of the jet. And you want to do the arms first because this whole assembly is actually really pretty cool. But and then you open up the arms up like this and unpeg from here. Just kind of right there at the hips. Just kind of untab this from here. And then this whole assembly with the cockpit and the arms rotates around. And once you've got that rotated around, you can open up the whole nose cone assembly, open up the chest, and open up this back part here, which gives you the clearance to, because if you see that this were rotated around, it wouldn't open. So come up here, open the nose cone here, flip this tip in, fold that closed again. open up the next segment. Come on. Yeah, so you open up this next segment, take this, keep the landing gear folded up, rotate that in, collapse into there like that, close that up, rotate this whole segment around to reveal his head, and then close that body. So his whole nose cone folds up right there into his torso. And then the arms, as you can see, come around on the hinge and tab in like that. Then you can bring these arms around. And then these upper wings, these small little fins fold up. And then this whole assembly untabs and kind of on this hinge. This is a double hinge, so you fold it back here and then fold it forward here. Collapse it onto the back of his arm. Same over here. And then rotate the fin so it sticks out. And when you do this, you have to have the arm straight and then grab the little thruster and lift this up, because you can't. It's not just to open this up, because if you come up here, that it hits up against the elbow. The way the mechanism works, you want to lift up from here, or conceivably you could bend it like this and pull the lower half down. But either way, you want to, yeah. And then rotate it out. It only rotate the fist. Rotate it towards the outside, because you can see there's a little angle here that keeps it from rotating all the way through that way. Do that. Same on this side. And then like that. And then the legs, you can extend them up here at the knee. We'll talk about this extension here in a minute. But there's kind of a hinge there. You just kind of collapse down into the legs, and then pull the legs apart, and then lift this whole panel up, fold that in, flip the foot out, and then fold that back in. And there is CYCLONUS in a robot mode. Now, the thing I was talking about with the knees, if you want him to be a little taller, you can extend this hinge. The way this hinge works, you can bring the leg all the way up and back to give him longer legs. And if you just look at him from the front, it's not horrible. But if you look at it from any other way, you can see now he's got these giant scoops in his knees. And it looks a little weird. But if you wanted to have a little bit of extra height, you can do that. Personally, I like to have his knees not all the way collapsed into the leg, but just bring it forward a little bit so it sits more naturally over the center of the leg. You still have the same leg articulation. You can maybe get a little bit more out of it if you pull it all the way out. But you don't lose that knee by having it down a little bit. And as long as you fold these, if you fold these down, he still looks a little stumpy. But if you make sure to fold those wings up, I think he looks perfectly acceptable just like that. But if you want to make him taller, you can. The sacrifice is big hollow shins, which is just silly. And you can hold his gun just fine. Cut at an angle to fit that forearm. And like I said, if you want to give him his Target Master, you still have the old Target Master. Or any of the War for Cybertron Target Masters will fit as well. There he is. He's got a hinge at the base of the neck as well as a ball joint at the top of the neck. So he's got a good range of motion in his head. He can look down, he can look up. Really nice neck articulation there. He's got the usual dual hinge at the shoulder. And done in such a way that even that fin doesn't get in the way. Really nice articulation there at the shoulder. A bicep swivel. A hinge elbow that, again, is just past 90 degrees, maybe just a hair past 90 degrees, mostly because of how that forearm transformation works. But he does have a wrist swivel, which is nice, on solid hands, unlike Primal, who had the opening hands. He ends up with a waist swivel, dual hinge hips, a thigh swivel, that dual hinge knee, and then he does have, you can see the hinge there, he's got some tilt in his feet as well. Although getting in there, it's a very tight hinge, and getting the pressure in there can be a little rough. But he's got some front to back on his ankle, and then that ankle tilt. Not a whole lot of figures I brought in to compare with him. I did, of course, bring in, just to show you the size, Studio Series Hot Rod. And that seems fairly appropriate for Rodimus Prime. Obviously, would be a little bigger, but that seems not inappropriate for Hot Rod. Maybe Hot Rod's a little on the small side in that comparison. But hey, you know. And then just to compare him with the other Kingdom Voyager, there is 2 Voyagers from the Kingdom line of various heights. And somebody wanted to see him. I remember to grab him on the way in. Here he is with the old Titan's Return Galvatron. And they actually look pretty good together. Just scale-wise, I think they look nice. Now, like I said, apparently there is a Galvatron coming from Kingdom. I'm looking forward to seeing that. For the time being, though, he can stand next to this Galvatron until the other one shows up. But yeah, another solid. He's very nice. I got him mostly in the 2-pack with Primal because I knew that would ship faster, and I really wanted that Optimus Primal. But now that he's here, I'm really happy with him. I do wish those these arm pieces here, these little vents, fit that a little tighter. But as you can see, even right here, if I bend that in a little tighter to sit more flush in vehicle mode, it's right up against the waist piece here. So who knows? We'll see what we can't do about making that line up just a smidge better, because I think it can. But all in all, I love his jet mode. He's fun to swoosh around, and it's a nice representation of CYCLONUS. And again, it's weird for all the things for me to point out and be super excited about that neck articulation. He's got a really nice neck articulation, which kind of surprised me, and the way they did the shoulders. Very well constructed, a lot of fun. You can see he's got some of these little ports for the War for Cybertron blast effects. I didn't notice any of those on Primal, aside from where you could attach the blast effects to his forearm blasters, but he's got one here, and one here that I can see. But there is War for Cybertron, Kingdom, Voyager, CYCLONUS. And a real quick addendum to CYCLONUS, since I didn't show it off. I forgot to. Here is his card, the Autobot Arc, with the hologram. And if you open up, or peel the sticker off of this one, the trading card underneath shows it crashed in something in 1984. I haven't sat down and, again, probably because dealing with these stickers until I find a place for them and still want to put them back on the card is trouble. So I haven't translated that one, but clearly there's the Ark in 1984. So there's the alternate destiny, or the destiny for the Ark. Or maybe it is alternate destiny, because who knows what the Earthrise storyline is going to bring us. I mean, I know, but that's an entirely different review. Anyway. Now I was pushing out an air bubble. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great holiday time, and be safe and be well. Thanks for watching.